Quick question. Who loves rehousing? I know I do. I know I said that I have a few rehousings that I needed to do, but I had to get some more substrate. Well, I finally got some more Terra Aranya from the Bio Dude. I swear by this stuff, despite what other people say. I got some more, so I'm going to be doing a couple of rehousings today just for the tarantulas that I have new enclosures for. I've got some others that need to be rehoused, but it's not super urgent. Just once I get enclosures for them, I will rehouse them. But there's a couple of them that are in pretty dire need of rehouse. I've got some new houses for them, so we're going to go ahead and rehouse those guys today. So I'm going to shut up and quit blabbing and go ahead and show you the first enclosure. Pretty much like the last three or so enclosures I've done for my smaller juvenile tarantulas. My G. pulchra and my Biaratum are in enclosures similar to this. The light kind of sucks. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Now that means I'm going to have to work around the light a little bit, but there we go. All right, so there's that enclosure. And this is going to be for my recently molded Brachypelma hamori, or the Mexican red knee. This tarantula here went from a suspect female to a probable male with that molt. Unfortunately, not really, never thrilled about that when it turns into a potential male, but those kinds of things happen. You can't have more of these beautiful tarantulas without males. So if that is the case, that it is a male, this is one that once it matures, I will probably be looking to breed or whatever, but we've got another 3 or 4 molts at least, I bet you, before it's mature, and I will check every molt that I get. So without further ado, let's see if we can get it rehoused. Now, I don't know its temperament now since it molted, but before it was pretty chill and actually had to kind of push it around. Kind of like I'm doing here. It's raising its butt a little bit. It's just pretty laid back and docile. That's why the Brachypelma genus is so popular in the hobby, because they are so docile and not really defensive and all that good stuff. Now this guy here also, it's been, come on, does not want to come out of there. It has been quite a while since it molted. Let me remove this little water dish. Let's lay this over here where you can see. I will have to go back and look at my records, but it's been at least a week since it molted, so sorry guys, that was out of the frame. I couldn't concentrate on that because I was trying to concentrate on the spider, but there it is. Such a gorgeous tarantula. Gosh, I'm trying to get around to the whole, it's been this long since it molted. It's been at least a week since it molted. It might be hungry. I don't have time to do that right now. I will probably do a separate feeding video here in a little while. I have another tarantula that I need to rehouse, and then I want to give you an update on a couple of my other tarantulas. So let's move on to the next rehouse. So on the next rehouse that I've got to do, I do not have this tarantula's enclosure made up yet, because I actually need something that is inside this tarantula's enclosure to complete its enclosure, which is its hide. It's a rock with a hole in it. And so what I'm going to have to do, I haven't really thought through this very thoroughly, but I'm going to have to just remove this tarantula from its enclosure into a catch cup or something long enough to retrieve its rock and then do its enclosure up and then rehouse it. But if you haven't figured it out by now, this is my Davis pentiloris, the Guatemalan tiger rump. It's a beautiful tarantula. It's a bit skittish, but other than that, it's pretty docile. It's not very defensive or anything like that, so I'm hoping that maybe I can just kind of tickle it into catch cup here, although I don't think this is going to go like I want it to. And I was wrong. There it is. Such a gorgeous spider. Really love this tarantula. I got this at the Tarantula Takeover show from the Pulp Friction table. So I'm going to make its enclosure up, and then we're going to rehouse it. Hold on, guys. Alright, so I got the enclosure made up. I got the rock buried down there in the substrate. You can see that hole right down in there is going to be the hidey hole for it. And I've got quite a few twigs in the enclosure here, because in my experience so far with these guys, they are pretty heavy webbers. I don't know if they're as heavy as a GBB or what, or if this is just my particular tarantula, but they are pretty heavy webbers. So I have included a lot of sticks in here, hoping that it'll web up all around its little hide there. I'm going to take the lid off, if I can get it off, and we're going to relocate this tarantula into its new home, hopefully without incident. If I can get this. Okay, let's try this. See what happens. Nice and easy. There it goes. It is now in its new enclosure, hiding amongst the sticks and the leaves over there and everything. I really hope it enjoys it. I'll update you guys on these two that I just rehoused in the next couple of days, or the next few days, I should say, and how they have taken to their enclosures. But for now, I mentioned updates. Let me go get the two tarantulas that I want to update you guys on. Update number 1. This is my Lasiodora klugi, or the Bahia Scarlet Bird Eater. This is a Brazilian tarantula. They get quite large. They look kind of like a big, huge Brachypelmavagans from what I've seen. This one molted about 4 days ago. Now, 3 or 4 days ago. And this is one of 2 Brazilian tarantulas that I had molt like 3 days ago. They molted on the same day. This one here, probably another molt, and it will need a rehouse, but it's now starting to kind of show some of those adult colorations, which is really cool. So there you go. That has been my newly molted Lasiodora klugi. Let's move on to the next one. And up next is a juvenile tarantula. Again, as I mentioned, a Brazilian that I rehoused maybe 2 weeks ago, but I don't think it's been quite that long. I have been watching this one for a few weeks now because I knew it was in a pre-molt. I rehoused it. It settled right behind this leaf right here, as you can see, with all that substrate piled up around it. Came home the other day and it had molted. I was super excited about that. I'm going to try to get the best angle that I can, although the more I move that enclosure, the more the light is getting blocked. Trying to find, I guess this is going to be about as good as we can get here. Let me turn more towards the light. Here we go. Alright, so I mentioned another juvenile Brazilian tarantula, and this one is starting to show its adult colors as well, which I am absolutely thrilled with. Let me move this leaf and let's reveal it. This is my Brachypelma. This is the Grammostola pulchra, the Brazilian black. and it is super gorgeous now. It molted and it's got all of that black going on, so it's starting to sport those adult colors. I would guess that this guy is probably 3 inches now. So I'm super excited. This is a super chill species. They're known as the black lab in the tarantula hobby. But there it is, guys. My newly molted Grammostola pulchra. How beautiful is it? I mean, just look at this gorgeous spider. If you don't have one of these in your collection, you gotta have one. So excited this one molted for me and is finally starting to look like a little adult. I couldn't be happier with that. I've got some other things that I probably need to do tonight. I'm going to try to get around to them. If I don't, I apologize. I'm very busy right now, working and all that kind of stuff. So I do things as I can get around to them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't done that. And as always, take care of yourself and each other. Hope you have a great day or a great night. God bless.